So
So
what do
yeah,
you got?
basically,
Numbers.
well, I'm going to go through a couple of different activities. Maybe three different activities that are kind of intertwined. The first one I got the idea of started with numbers, but then went on to conversation, and it was one that works on fluency. Um, you can call it what you want, but I call it take a deep breath. Um,
I like it.
and in take a deep breath, what I would get my students to do of all ages would be take a deep breath and then count as many numbers as they could before they ran out of air. So, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm exhausted. I can't do any more than 10.
So
So
it's
you get
not
them going
holding your
around the
breath.
class, not holding your breath, but you take the breath, and then while you're breathing out, you
Exhale.
count as many numbers as you can. So
Can
while
it be
you're,
fast
just say as many as you
or
can.
slow
It can be as
or
fast
just
as you
normal
want.
paced?
It can be as fast as you want. The thing is, like, it gets students thinking about numbers properly. If they make a mistake on the number, then they have to stop, and they get to, I don't know, 14. They have to go back to 0 because they said 14, 16.
Do they have to
So
do
you
it
take
out
a deep
loud?
breath. Oh yeah, you need to listen to them. You need to hear them
Okay.
say it. So, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. I'm going to stop now because it's getting boring, but I could continue
No,
because
you
there's
should have
plenty
continued
there left
because
in my
I'm
list.
going next. I'm going
Oh,
next.
okay.
Right? Because
It's
I
okay though.
assume that
You
you
could,
make this into a competition. I'm going to do this as a competition.
exactly. You can do it going up, but you can also do it going backwards. So you can do it if someone can get from 70 down to 1. So it's just practicing those numbers, and it works with all ages. And we're going to see Jesse
Even
having a go.
numbers and odd numbers too. I do that
Exactly.
with rolling dice. I do an even odd game. So like to do a vocabulary review. So it teaches like even numbers and odd numbers. I quiz them every time before the game. And even numbers, they might have to draw the vocabulary word that I show them. Odd numbers, they would have to either describe it for higher level classes or act it for lower level classes. But you're always reminding them even numbers and odd numbers. But okay, here I go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 40. How high did you go? Did I win?
I got to 50 and then I stopped.
Oh, no, I thought
Know,
I just stopped. We both cut
so
ourselves
I guess I
short.
win.
Yeah.
No, what I mean is that because with that, obviously we're native speakers. We have highly developed lungs. So for us, it's easy to get up to almost 100. For a 7-year-old student, it's tricky to get to 20. But it's a real good way of making them repeat and really drilling the numbers. And like I say, you can go backwards. You can do odd and even numbers. If they're really like ambitious, you can do prime numbers. I think, but I wouldn't.
I don't even know that I'd be able to correct them.
No, well, you'd have to have a list of them there in front of you. Teacher's book.
1, 3, 7, 11. That's about it. 13.
There you go. So yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
That's really good for numbers. But then what I developed it from that with my teens, what I got them doing was when they came back from their weekends, instead of saying, "What did you do?" and they said, "I played Fortnite, I played Fortnite, I watched YouTube, I study." Instead of doing that, I got them to take a breath and tell their partners everything they'd done at the weekend. So I'd get them to sit down and like take a note of what they'd done. So like they obviously put your keywords on the board. They went to their grandparents' house. They ate solomia whiskey, and they did all these things. But then what you do, you get them to just say. So for example, "Hi Jesse, I'm at the airport. I'm about to fly back to Sevilla to see my beautiful family. I'm really excited. This week has been kind of crazy because I went to Mallorca on Monday and Tuesday. I had to give a presentation, then I had to go and visit a lot of schools. I think I visited 4 schools, but then after that, I went to a bunch of academies. On Wednesday, I had a really important meeting, so I had to go to that. Then on Thursday, I went to see a number of academies. Today, I've been all over Girona and Figueres, and all over there, and I've had a great time. So I've just told you my whole week in one breath.
And you could
really good at improving fluency.
And in observation wise, you can enjoy watching their face turn slowly more and more red like yours was.
Exactly. At first, it's really difficult, and they'll say, this week I played Fortnite, and then they'll start breathing. But with a bit of practice, and what it really does, like I say, is it improves fluency. It gets rid of all the. They make mistakes. They make lots of mistakes, but they stop pausing because they're not breathing. So they need to try and get as many kind of things out as possible, so their partners are listening to them to see if they've got through all the different points of the weekend. And yeah, it's a great way to kind of start a class. So you can do it either with numbers or with words. It's a multifunctional device, and it doesn't take very long, especially if you can get them to do it in groups. It's a great way at the start of class. You can get them having fun, having a laugh, and yeah, while the stragglers are turning up late and stuff like that, it's a nice little activity.
That's awesome and very adaptable. That's fantastic.
And no preparation.
No preparation. As we said the last conversation, no prep lessons are the best. I go into a class and I go to my Sweet Academy. I go to teachers resources. I'm like, what do I want to do? And I scroll down. I'm like, that one and that one and that one. And boom, lesson prep. Of course, experiences to be said a lot with that, but no prep activities are fantastic. Or minimal prep. Sometimes I have to cut out little squares of worksheet, little squares or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the less prep there is, the better.
Absolutely.
But it's always nice to have something up your sleeve that you can just chuck out, so the class is getting stale. You're like, right, you can even just review what we've done today in class, but do it in one breath. And as the students get used to it, then it's something it can be 30 seconds of the class. It only has to be 30 seconds of the class, or it can be 5 minutes of the class where they're all going around talking to each other. So as you say, adaptable, fun, and hilarious to see people sweating and getting red. Always interesting.
Something like this would be great. Also, sometimes it can be frustrating if, sometimes classes are a lot harder than other classes. Even the same group of students, maybe some days they're having a hard day. Some days, maybe they had a lot of exams, so they're exhausted in our after school classes. Some days it's just like pulling them through the mud. And so many times we fight that. Something like this would be great. Like, okay, let's stop this book activity for a while and let's try this. Like, take a deep breath and then introduce it like that. That would be a great way to do that.
Yeah. Or even get them to read the sentences in the book, but doing it in one breath and doing it out loud. Perfect. That way you're combining reading with speaking. You can hear their pronunciation and it's a bit of fluency as well. Again, multifunctional activity. Always
multifunctional.
And like you say, hilarious to see people just fighting not to breathe.
Hey guys, I'm sitting here with my daughter, Sophia. She's recording this. And I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it and you want to see another video like it, then right next to me, you can click another video for a fun lesson idea or a teaching tip. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you get new videos every week.